This is going to be your weekly chakra energy update. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies you might be experiencing throughout your chakras. So in the comments, please let me know your zodiac sign and your word of the day. Now, I can't believe I'm saying that it is January 1st, 2025. I had to think about that for a second. 2025. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm wishing you a healthy, happy, abundant, and love-filled year ahead. I'm super excited. I hope you are too. In the comments, let's get something going here. What are your intentions for 2025? Let's put something in motion. What are your intentions? My intentions are to get out my videos for Tarot for Self-Development. It's all in the works right now. I'm planning those videos, getting them ready to film, and I'm super excited that you're along with me for the journey. Now, let's take a look at some of the energies that we may be experiencing right now from an overall standpoint. And we have resourcefulness. I love it. Intelligence, mental action, and right thinking. This is sort of that planning energy, or like I said, putting things in motion, being resourceful. Now, ultimately, just want to remind you, we're not here to change the world in a day. I mean, this isn't just January 1st and all of a sudden we're like, okay, here we go. We've got everything set in stone. We don't, right? That's why I say we set intentions. We basically take something and start working on it. It's a passion project. You're going to have ups and downs, frustrations and wins along the way, but it's all worth it because it's the experience that matters here. All right, let's take another message for our chakras. And we have expansive. May you connect to the whole. I love that. So in other words, this is all about you feeling content and one with the universe. Okay, and let's take another one here and see what we need to know. And we've got the power of silence. Interesting. You know, this is where I want you to be selective about what you say and who you say it to. Okay. Oh, there was a little honk outside. I don't know if you heard it through the window. I have the window open right now just to bring in some fresh air. But be mindful of what you share with people in your day-to-day. You know, I always say, with me, you can tell me anything. I'm not judging you. I'm encouraging you. But there are people in your day-to-day life that you know will want to see you do well, but not better. So just be very mindful of the energies that you're sharing. Yes, it's good to be excited about a project or about something new, but recognize that not everybody's going to share that enthusiasm. Okay? So it could also mean that maybe you've decided that there's someone you don't want to engage with this year. You know, and that can be romantically, that can be a friend, that can be a family member, a colleague, you know, where maybe your silence is going to speak more than anything. So let's take a look at the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, which has all the different colors of the chakras or energy centers in the body. And we're going to go through the chakras and clarify with some oracle cards. Let's take a look at the root chakra. So this is your foundation, your base. What are we saying for January 1st? My goodness, 2025. Ooh, I love it. The Princess of Cups, Page of Cups means anything is possible. Believe in miracles. This means that this could be an early stage of something emotionally. Ooh, the roses. Love, romance, affection, appreciation, devotion. Gorgeous. Maybe you should buy yourself some flowers today. Well, stores aren't necessarily open on New Year's Day, but when they do open, buy yourself some flowers. I think that would be a great way to start the year. What is your favorite flower? My favorite flower is roses, I have to say. There's just something about the beauty of a rose, you know? Actually, fun fact, my father always wanted to call me Rosemary. And it was either going to be Rosemary or Rosemary. I think it was Rosemary. And Kelly. And they ended up with Kelly. But I don't know, that always sort of stuck with me. Now, look at this. Here's the man. You or somebody you know. Interesting. Masculine energy. Well, this could literally be a person, but it can also indicate forward motion, making moves in your day-to-day. Let's take a look at the sacral chakra, which is Venus, your self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. And we have here the Three of Cups, celebration. Celebration, celebrate good times. You know, the other thing I want to mention, you know, back to the power of silence, like if there's somebody maybe that you know you shouldn't engage with, you know, or share information with. Sometimes when I see three people here, I think two's company, three's a crowd. If there's an issue with boundaries or somebody who's poking into your business that you don't like, you know, you don't like their interference, then you've got to take yourself out of the equation. But ultimately, that is a card of celebration. But let's clarify and see what these energies are. So the Phoenix, I mean, rising from the ashes, death and rebirth, transformation. Celebrate what you've been through in the last year, even if it was difficult. It still brings you things, blessings, lessons, experience. I mean, that's how we shift. I mean, people ask me all the time, Kelly, how do I let go? How do I make moves? What does it mean to be in the old or in the new? Well, new means you're making new experiences. You're sparking new energy. You're putting yourself out there. You're networking. You're dating. You know, one of the things that has popped up actually in the last couple of days that maybe I should share, just as a side note, if some of you are wondering in regards to your dating life, you know, how else do you get the experience other than by meeting new people and knowing what you like and what you don't like and pushing through, even when you don't like it? Now, I'm not here to force you, and it's not about being in a relationship, but from my personal experience, how did I achieve better? I achieved better because I got better. That's what it comes down to. And, you know, maybe I have to just give a gentle reminder in this aspect. When I first started this channel, I was telling you all about, in hindsight, what I went through in my reawakening, right? How I was sparked by somebody. And all those experiences brought me to all of you and doing what I'm doing. And I'm so thankful for it. There's so much gratitude. There's so much knowledge that was given to me through that experience. But then what started happening was I started achieving better. I was meeting better people. And then you meet someone who comes into your life and teaches you something even beyond what you already learned. And that energy has given me such new perspective for asking for what you want or better. Because when you get the better, you really look back at what you used to think was the best and you shift. And it doesn't take away from what I had. It was wonderful. But when you have the learning and the experience of what better feels like, you start to realize that there could be even better beyond that. And that's not a knock against anybody. It just means that you're getting better and they're getting better. Everything's getting better. And that comes from experience. Getting to know what you like and what you don't like and putting yourself out there in ways that are so difficult. Nobody ever said it would be easy. But I just want you to remember that your experience and your knowledge are key here. It's not enough to just know something or be aware of something. You have to implement that knowledge, right? So I digress. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I could talk about this topic for hours, but I have experienced that better, and I want to share that with you. I can show you how to get that better. You deserve it. We all deserve it. And there's the broom. See what I mean? You got to sweep away the old. If you want something new, you've got to make room for the new. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Okay, let's take a look at the solar plexus, which is your personal power, having the guts to make a move, to do something. Queen of Coins, what motivates you? You know, there's internal motivation, external motivation. You know, internal could be your personal satisfaction, you know, your desire, your drive for something on an emotional level. And then externally, I mean, maybe it's working to achieve a better financial status or the ability to purchase something that you've always dreamed of. And so your stability is key. You've got to strive for that stability, whether it's, again, internally or externally or both. You know, they usually go hand in hand. And with that, we have here the white rabbit, which is so beautiful. It's a spark of curiosity. It's a spiritual awakening. It's time, heeding the call, research it. You know, go down the rabbit hole a little bit, do some research into something that you're really excited about or that could bring you an opportunity. You know, just again, to share with you from my own personal experience, I always try to model these things to you. Not that I want to talk about myself, but I want you to understand what it's like to go through it in real time, or, you know, ultimately when I have it in hindsight. And that is, I've been working on my tarot for self-development for a long time. When I tell you it feels like it's been a long time, it's been a long time. I've always known that I want to do this, but it requires research, it requires time, it requires trial and error. And that's something I'm so passionate about, that I want to do it in such a way that is good for me and good for you, right? I want to feel that personal satisfaction from it. So I put a lot of my love into it. And so for you, whatever your passion project is or whatever your intentions are, remember, curiosity is everything. You know, are you curious about the new? Are you open to exploring it? Do you have an excitement about what's around the corner? Do you care about the effort that you put into it, the way you present it, you know, the way you talk about it? You know, I want to remind you, you are your passion project. How you present yourself, how you speak, how you put the energy out there. Take that very seriously. Okay? I mean, I want you to have fun, but at the same time, take it seriously. What I do, I put a lot of responsibility on myself, because I wouldn't tell you something that I wouldn't do personally. I take it very seriously. The advice I give, the effort I put in, it means a lot to me. The product that I put out there for you means a lot to me. So I want you to remember that in this new year, your intentions, your passion project, it's important to be curious and not stuck in an old story. If you're stuck in an old story, the story never changes. So if you want something new to come in, it's time to do something different. And I can help you with that. See, look, a catalyst for change. There's another honk outside. It's funny. There's never any honks. Like I'm on a very quiet street. This is telling you, get things going. Find the fuel, ignite. A catalyst for major change. Now, we just had a number 11 here and a number 33. So beautiful angel numbers to start us off. Okay. And so let's take a look at the heart chakra, matters of the heart. Oh, you couldn't ask for a better card. 10 of Cups, happiness, ultimate fulfillment. Do you want that ultimate fulfillment? Remember, it's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it. Here you go. There's the child card. And you know, there's two sides to the child card, because the child card can be about brand new beginnings and starting something new, which is what we're doing today, first day of the year. But then it's also an energy of stubbornness. Are you being stubborn? Are you getting in your own way? Is your inner child screaming at you with wounds and things that need to be addressed? You know, this also is telling you to do what you love. What do you love to do? What do you aspire to do? For me, I love tarot. I love helping people. I love teaching, right? So this is really important. And also time to play. Have fun with what you're doing. It's a combination of energies. Nothing should be totally serious. Nothing should be totally playful, right? We've got to find that balance. Okay, let's see what else we need to know about the heart. Ooh, the fox. Okay, and another interesting energy, self-interest. You have to put yourself first. You have to. This is not about anybody else. This is not about putting anyone else on a pedestal or worrying about what somebody is thinking, feeling, doing, saying. What matters is you. And the quicker you realize that, the better your project or your self-worth is going to be. And I know that that's hard. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at the throat chakra. What do we need to know about communication? Ooh, the High Priestess. Okay, divinely guided. Getting signs and synchronicities. And you know what I always say about this? Signs and synchronicities, angel numbers, any music, whatever it is. Oh, geez, these honks today. Those, we're getting messages. they should be pulling you forwards, not backwards. They should be nudging you in a direction that says, oh, this is exciting. I want to do this. I want to do that. Yes, that's a great sign. But if you're looking at angel numbers and signs and music and going, oh, that means I should wait. I should wait on them. Oh, that means that this connection means it's the one. I have to wait. I've got to hold myself back. No, I won't put myself out there. No, I won't date other people. No, I won't change that career or that job. You're pulling yourself backwards. And that's the emotional pain body. And that's looking to make something fit. Angel numbers 111 or 1111, brand new beginnings, 222, building something, partnerships. Threes are, ascended masters and teaching and lessons, right? Fours, you're divinely guided. Fives, big changes ahead. Six, we want balance, and so on and so forth. Anyways, angel numbers are all about growth and nudging you in the right direction. You just have to make a decision about that direction. And also, this is about trusting your intuition and being careful that you're not getting caught up in the anxiety. And that's exactly what I mean by when I say, should it be pulling you forwards or backwards? Anxiety is going to pull you backwards. Intuition is going to pull you forwards, right? You have to have a little bit of doubt, a little bit of fear in order to be curious and explore. It's like having a hypothesis. Think of the best scientists of our time or researchers of our time, right? They had a question. They had a thought. They weren't 100%. They couldn't be 100%. Anybody that walks around with 100% knowing that says, I know that it's this way. Well, no, you don't. You have to have a little bit of curiosity, because how do you know you're right unless you've experienced it, unless you've gone through the process? And I guess this is sort of my thing about when people say, well, spirit tells me, the universe tells me, God tells me, and I say this respectfully. Absolutely, you can have a download. In the moment, you can have an absolute thought that you believe to be true in that moment. That's what spirituality is, okay? That's what a knowing is. But energy is fluid and it changes. And therefore, you need to see the consistency. That's why people do research. That's why I'm a believer in, of course, the higher power, but I'm also a believer of the day-to-day and of the consistency, right? Because if it was so easy, everybody would just have everything at a moment's notice. It would be instant gratification. And we all know that it isn't. Good research, good consistency makes for better results. You learn from the experience. You do better next time. You tweak it. You refine it. You become your best self, or that project becomes its best possible energy. I hear all these noises outside. It's great. Never do I hear this. Anyways, but my point is that you have to recognize that the signs you're getting should be pushing you forward. Oh, I think somebody's scraping the ice from the rain and snow. Just in time. Maybe this is us clearing out the old, right? And maybe that's the stubbornness, because ice is hard and it takes time to melt and to clear it away. There you go. There's the analogy. We want justice. Now, funny, we got the gavel and the justice. So here's the thing. For some of you, this is about making a decision to actually be in the new. This could also be legalities. This could be a divorce. This could be a contract. This could be something that is like, okay, we need balance here. Something's got to end so that something new can come in. Now, let's see. Let's take a look at the third eye, which is growth, expansion, and good luck. It's Jupiter. It's interesting. Let me share something as a side note. I didn't realize I would get into these different TED Talks today, but maybe I'm inspired by the first day of the year. When it comes to intuition and anxiety, one of the fears that people have when making decisions is that they're abandoning or leaving something behind. And the best example that I can give that I think most can identify with, especially just based on the sessions that I do, is that people are afraid that if they move themselves forward or that they leave somebody behind, that they're losing something or that they're being cruel to that person. And I always describe this as protecting your energy. And like I said with the fox that we had earlier, protecting yourself and putting yourself first. Self-interest is so important. It's not selfish. You know, if you're dealing with somebody, for example, who's avoidant, okay, or has an avoidant attachment style, and you want to protect your energy and you want to move yourself forward, you don't have to feel guilty. You're not leaving somebody in the cold. And something I said in the weekly reading recently is you got to remember everybody wakes up every day making choices. Okay? You choose to be in the new or you choose to be in the old. You choose to learn, you choose to be stubborn. You choose to open your heart, you choose to close yourself and to put up walls. You choose to make boundaries, you choose to implement them. It's a process, okay? And I think the fear that people have about ascension is that if they make moves, they're going to leave people out in the cold, or that they themselves will be alone, because the spiritual journey is a lonely journey at times. Of course it is. And I would never tell you it's rainbows and butterflies. It's not. But it is so rewarding, actually, when you put yourself first and you stop dealing with everybody else's BS. You don't have to make excuses for people. When someone says, well, I'm busy, or, you know, why can't you just do this for me? Or, you know, this is what we always do. Or who says, you know, like, this is the thing. It's your mind, your body, your soul. What's good for you is the most important thing. And that's okay. You're allowed. You are allowed. I'm giving you permission today to recognize that you can put yourself first. And if other people don't like it, that says more about them than it does about you. That means that people want to keep you in a position where you're overgiving, overdoing, and problem solving because it suits them. It doesn't suit you. You have to ask yourself, what do you get out of it? So if you start getting into your head and saying, well, I'm going to leave them behind, and oh my goodness, they have such a terrible day to day, or their life is a mess, and I'm so sorry, I can't just add to that. No, everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice. And you're not leaving somebody behind. You're not being mean. You're not piling anything on. You're focusing on yourself. And that ultimately has to be number one, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree, or if you have any questions about that topic. But I think that some of us are afraid to be alone, or afraid to move on to something that is the unknown, because, you know, sometimes it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Okay? Anyways, I digress. Thank you for coming to my next TED Talk. And here you go, the diamond. Look, you are a diamond. You are strong. You are brilliant. You are beautiful. You are kind. You're creative. This is about your creativity. Be creative to spark new energy in your life. Show a commitment to yourself. Stop committing so much to other people who don't reciprocate. Commit to yourself. Commit to your project. Commit to what you're passionate about. You are ultimately the main character here, not anybody else. There you go. Here we are in tune, right? A good omen, yes, because this means get up and go. But it also means letting go of the baggage, the burdens, the feeling cursed, the guilt, shame, and regret. If somebody's making you feel guilty, don't let that happen. That's on them, not you. Let's look at the crown chakra, the downloads, the information coming through. Oh, absolutely. Ace of Cups. You have no idea how much I just want to cheer right now with enthusiasm. I just finished talking about this. Ace of Cups. The download, the message of the day right now. Day 1 of 2025. Fill your own cup. Stop filling everybody else's cup from your empty cup. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. Waiting does absolutely nothing. If you're waiting on something, what are you waiting for? I leave it at that. What are you waiting for? There you go. Break the chains. Uncuff yourself. Let go of the control that is around you. You are your own person. There are ways, and I understand circumstances, believe me. Many times I speak to people and they say, Kelly, there's no way out of this. I've got this problem, I've got that problem, I've got this person, I've got that illness, I've got this situation. Look, anything is possible. It's all in the way that you handle it. And there are ways to navigate it. I just want to remind you of something, not that I want to get into it again, because this is already ages ago in my life. You realize I dealt with a marriage that was crumbling. I had boundary issues with my parents. I had a grandmother that was ill that I was dealing with, okay? That I was the one taking care of in so many ways. I had a $100,000 house flood. I moved into a rental home for 8 months with my parents staying with me on and off while my marriage was crumbling and nobody knew it. My grandmother fell, broke her hip, had a heart attack, went to the hospital. My grandfather busted her out of the hospital because there was an issue during a nurse's shift change, and she panicked and he wheeled her out of the hospital. You can't even imagine the story. And I was dealing with trying to get her back into the hospital after he took her home and locked the doors, trying to protect her. A year later, she passes away. Terribly, sad. She broke her hip, had a heart attack again, And my grandfather was so distraught that, he tried 3 times, you know what I mean, after she passed. Who do you think was dealing with that? Me. I was going through now a separation, going towards my divorce. I was dealing with boundary issues again in my family. I was suffering. Nobody knew I was suffering but me. I didn't ask for help because nobody could help me. I didn't have anybody to help me. My dad almost passed away a couple years before that. He had sepsis. He had a very serious illness pop up out of nowhere, which led to dementia and Parkinson's. And he passed away in 2022. So in the past, I don't know how many years at this point, since, gosh, really like the last decade almost at this point. On top of that, I moved. I changed my career. I've encountered so many experiences that have changed my life. And it wasn't easy. But it required me to make choices and to go through the storm even when I didn't want to. And my dad, who passed away in 2022, he would always say to me, Kelly, if you got to make it or break it, you're going to make it. And I've always stood by that, and I've always shared that with you. I want you to know that you can do this, no matter the situation. Do you think it was easy for me to go through any of the things that I went through? There's even things I haven't even mentioned in that list. You have no idea. But it shaped me and it made me the best version of myself. And I'm still growing and I'm still changing. And I'm achieving the better. And it took me a long time. I don't want it to take you the same amount of time. That's why I do what I do. And that's why I help people in my sessions every day, trying to give you that guidance that I didn't have. Ultimately, it's up to you, right? I can give you the advice. I can tell you. I can share stories. But you have to be the one to make the choice on the daily. Are you going to stay cuffed and chained? Or are you going to find a way? Are you going to make it? Or are you going to break it? What are you going to do? I'm very passionate about this topic. I'm very passionate about self-development because we have one life to live. And if we're going to live it, I believe in reincarnation, but if we're going to live it right now in the present moment, what are you waiting for? I feel like this is my motivational TED Talk of the day. Look, there's good luck and abundance, good fortune, feeling carefree. Don't you want to feel carefree? But in order to get to that point, you've got to push through the stuff that doesn't feel good. It's the only way. It's the only way. And I know and I believe that you can do it. I really believe in you. You wouldn't be here right now if you weren't looking for real talk. People do not watch my videos or do sessions with me if they're looking for fluff, right? So I always take it as an honor that you allow me to share with you and to challenge you and to push you when you need it. And that's what's made all of this worth it. That's the high school teacher in me. That's the tarot reader, the tarot for self-development teacher, whatever you want to call me. People always wonder what to call me, tarot lady, spiritual advisor, friend. I'm all of those things. I can be all of those things to you. I want to be all of those things to you. I want the best of the best of the best for you. So let's see. I am calm and safe in the midst of chaos. There you go. How beautiful is that? You are safe. You will be okay. You have to stay calm, cool, collected, even when you feel like you want to explode or you want to pop off. Always take the high road. I will always encourage you to take the high road. I will show you ways to take the high road. And that doesn't mean you're weak. That doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. You can still take the high road. And with that, we have, my heart is open to receiving love. We had this card last week. I want to remind you, you've got to be open. My heart is open to receiving love. You are deserving of that love, the best of the best of the best love, what you want or better. And when you get that better, trust me when I tell you, it'll be the best thing you've ever felt. And it will encourage you for even more beyond that. I really hope this resonates with you. Wow, what a way to start the first day of 2025. Deep thoughts, deep feelings. I send you so much love. And if you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I wish you the most amazing 2025 because you deserve it.